Welcome back. You were wondering what a bonbon chicken salad was? Well, wondering no more.
And that's what we're having for lunch today. Nicola Halloran, who's the author of The Wonky Spatula, is here to educate us. Now, you said it very poshly there. You said bonbon.
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 Yeah.
Is it that?
Well, yes, it's a bonbon chicken salad. It's actually a play on a favourite of mine from the Chinese Szechuan restaurant in Sandyford. So they do amazing bonbon chicken salads, and at the beginning of lockdown, getting a takeaway from them was next to impossible because the wait list is
And did they
insane.
just throw the name on this, or does it refer to the sauce or
to be honest,
the cooking style? Or
I don't actually know, so I'll have to ask the chef the next
investigate.
time I get to go in.
Or we could just make up a backstory.
Yeah.
I do think it is something to do with the chilli though, because it is quite a spicy dish. So to begin with, I've got some chicken thighs here, and I've got a little bit of chilli oil that I just pop over them, and they go into the oven for about 35 to 40 minutes at 200 degrees. And to make the chilli oil...
Oh, that's a very fancy gadget. Sorry.
Isn't it?
What's happening here?
We can't let that pass now without noticing
This is
that.
one of my favourite things that I have at the moment. It's just a state-of-the-art pepper mill.
It certainly is.
But to make the chilli oil, it's really, really simple. What I do is I get some chilies, ones that aren't quite, you know, looking as glam as they should for a chilli. They're a little bit old. They might be in the fridge for a week or two. Pop them in, chop them up, a little bit of olive oil, and let it kind of sit. If you wanted to use it straight away in order to kind of get the flavour through, just heat it a little bit in the microwave, 20-30 seconds. Or if you're in no rush, just go ahead with it like it is. A little bit of garlic in there is lovely as well, but for this recipe, we're just going chilli. So once your chicken is in the oven and it's cooking away, it's time to make the sauce. So this is where the magic happens. I use peanut butter as the base for this, and it's a really kind of rich, nutty sauce. Similar enough to a satay, but a little bit of an extra kind of chili kick. Then some soya sauce going in there, or if you were looking for an alternative, I do like coconut aminos as well. And then a little bit more of the chili oil. Now, the trick is with the chili oil, leave the chilies in the jar. You just want the actual oil itself.
That is hot enough.
Yeah, exactly. So that goes in there. And then I have a little bit of sesame oil. I love sesame oil when you're doing Asian dishes. It just gives you a really, really nice flavour. Yeah. And then I've got a little bit of agave. Now, this could be substituted for maple syrup or honey. I just like the fact that agave is a little bit runnier. And it comes, I think I've said this a few times, because I love the idea of where it comes from. It comes from the agave plant, which is what they make tequila out of. So it's kind of, you know, a little bit of living vicariously
You like the association.
through. Yeah, exactly. Like, you could probably use any sweetener, but I just like using that for that sole reason. Little bit of garlic going in there. So it's a really, really simple sauce. Now,
you punch though, Nicola.
It definitely does. You have to go in there with the whisk to kind of get it moving. And one thing I did notice recently when I was making it, that because it's a little bit colder out there at the moment, my peanut butter was a little bit harder. So try to get the peanut butter up to room temperature. So if you are a fan of keeping it in the fridge, you'd do well just to leave it sitting out a little bit beforehand. So that's the sauce there. It's super, super simple. And like, if you wanted to make a meat-free alternative to this, you could do a little bit of tofu or some sautéed mushrooms. Then I've got just some, I actually have cos lettuce here, but ideally you'd go for iceberg, but whatever you have on the day is perfect.
Okay. And how long did you cook the chicken for?
So about 35-40 minutes in the oven, 200 degrees, and it's bone-in, skin on. Now, I know there's a bit of debate with the healthiness of kind of chicken breasts versus chicken thighs, but if you go kind of gram per gram, the differences are really minimal, and the flavour with thigh is just absolutely amazing.
When it comes to flavour, there's no comparison.
Yeah, exactly. Then just actually the final piece of the sauce is some Japanese 7-spice. Now, you can use 5-spice or whatever you have on hand. I actually just came across the 7-spice a couple of weeks ago in the supermarket, and it tastes delicious. It's got a few extra blends in there, so really, really nice one to use. Okay,
but either one is fine. Neither's going to conflict with the other.
Exactly, and you know what? If you didn't have peanut butter, you could use almond butter. If you didn't have chili oil, olive oil. At the moment, I'm trying to go for things that are really easy just to substitute, because it is hard to get everything in the one shop at the moment. So once the chicken comes out of the oven, separate the skin from the thigh and then just shred it up a little bit and into your sauce. Now, you can either do this with cold chicken or still warm from the oven. I personally like still warm from the oven with mine, and a nice little mix. Now, if you want to get your chicken skin nice and crispy, what I've done is I've separated it and put it in the pan. But if you're doing it straight from the oven, what you can do is turn on your grill setting for about 3 or 4 minutes. You really have to watch it though, and crisp it up. And once you've done that, you take it out straight away and separate the skin from the chicken, because you've got a really quick window of when it's actually still crispy. Okay. Then a little bit of sesame seeds going in there. I'm kind of into a mixture of the black and the white ones at the moment, but like ordinary, whatever you have is perfect. A little bit of chili, and then just a final bit of spring onion going in there. It's all about the kind of the toppings and the dressings with food, I feel, at the moment. So take a bit of time and slice your chili nicely, slice up your spring onion, because, you know, presentation's all we have right now.
And do you find that you're tending to do that more at home in terms of your own cooking at home, that you're trying to replicate your favourite dishes that you have, your takeaway dishes?
Definitely. It gives you a little bit of inspiration to start off with, because you already know that you like it. It's kind of cool to know how different restaurants and things like that kind of cook their food, and you know, worst comes to worst, if it's not great, at least you had a bit of fun and you can always order it.
You have them on speed dial.
Exactly, because you know where it comes from. So the crispy skin going on top there. Like, chicken skin is just one of my favourite things ever. I know some people shy away from it, but it's almost like the crouton to a Caesar salad. This is the
nicely
bomb.
cut. I look at the presentation and all the colours. And
I'm going to move the chilies aside and get stuck into this. Nicola, great recipe. Thank you very much.
Nicola,
good to see you.
Amazing stuff. Thank you. Full recipe details are on our website, or you can check out Nicola's book. It is called The Wonky Spatula.
Now, stay with us. We've more Ireland AM coming up after this quick break. See you in a minute.